Hello everyone, this is CJ992 and today we're back from another brand new video. Today's video we're here to talk about next season, whenever that may actually be, to be fair. But anyway, we're here to talk about what do we need, what don't we need. A couple of the things that's on the wee noggin that I want to discuss with you watching today's video. Just football things, and you know, football things, is there anything better to talk about? Now before we go any further on with today's video, I just want to say this is just a fun little discussion type video. It's not this is right and this is what needs to be done. It's just my opinion, and I'm honestly kind of wait to see what you've got to say, because there's pretty much limitless possibilities for what this discussion could be in the comments, and that right there is exciting to me, and that is why we make the videos. So let's get started then, shall we? What do Rangers need for next season? Well, let's start off with the most obvious one I think all of us are actually going to be saying, and that's Hagi back in a Rangers shirt next frickin' season. And yes, agreed, I cannot wait for us to sign Hagi as well. Honestly, I've already got the thumbnail planned out. It's pretty much like this. But I think we have to go a wee bit deeper in today's video. Today's discussion has to be a wee bit deeper than just saying simply signing Hagi, because I think the way that we used him last season isn't going to cut it and isn't going to take us to where we want to go. And that's not a dig at anyone, by the way. I just think, in my personal opinion, when you have a player like Hagi with all that playmaking ability and that potential, you have to play him where he is most suited to get the best for not only him but for us as a football team, and that is of course in the centre of the park. I think he needs to be that guy in between the midfield and the attack, slap bang in the middle of the park, because we've seen from his short stint at Rangers Football Club, he is always willing to get the ball and he's always looking to get the ball. I mean, how many times last season did you see him on the right hand side like this, just begging for the ball? If you get him and you play him exactly where he is supposed to be played and where he's at his best, I think he can be that game changer we need. We saw it in some of the games like Hibs, we saw the Billy, we saw it versus Braga, but to get the absolute best from not only him but our investment as well, he needs to be the focal point of our attack, in my opinion, and everything needs to be built through Hagi. Next up, it's another guy with a tremendous amount of potential, and that is of course going to be none other than Ryan frickin' Kent. Now, if you've watched this channel before, you know how much I rate Ryan Kent and just where I think this guy can go kicking an old football boot. So I'm not going to sit here and bories and repeat stuff I've said numerous times. But even in saying that, with everything I've ever said about Ryan Kent last season, I still think there's a hell of a lot more to come from Mr. Ryan Kent. And we aren't even talking about potential or down the line or anything like that. I'm talking about right now, as he is as a football player right now, as two-footed as they come, willing to just drive at people, isn't he scared, doesn't he hide, and is willing to take a knock, and doesn't he shit out of 50-50s or slide challenges. In fact, pretty much every single game Ryan Kent gets kicked for pillar to post, but the boy just pops right back up. But the reason we're talking about Ryan Kent in today's video is because I'm really excited about the prospect of having a fully fit, pre-seasoned Ryan Kent to start this season off, because a lot of people have seemingly forgotten that he didn't have a pre-season with Rangers Football Club. He came as a transfer deadline day signing and he arrived not match fit. Now we all know why that was. He wasn't getting used for Liverpool because they were waiting for the two clubs to work it all out, and then when he eventually did come up the road to much of our delight, by the way, I think everyone was expecting him just to take off like a house on fire, kind of like what he left in this season before. However, in his first game, he pulled his hamstring and was missing for another month. So yet again, not only was he not match fit and he didn't have a pre-season, he was then another month behind the team and the league. So if you think about it, he was always playing catch-up last season, and with the price tag that he obviously arrived up the roadway, the way the media is up here and how putrid the pundits are, that was used to slap him at every single opportunity. So it was always an uphill battle for Ryan Kent last season, but I think he did not too bad, especially considering that goal versus Braga not only paid for himself, but paid for a hell of a lot more. But in terms of our video and the conversation I would like to have down there in the comment section below, what we need going into next season is a fully fit, pre-seasoned Ryan Kent ready to be unleashed and tear this league apart. And speaking of Ryan Kent, actually transitions me perfectly into the next talking point regarding next season, and it's of course the curious case of the right wing position at Rangers Football Club. Because this right here going into next season is just as obvious as the Hagi conversation point for us to have down there in the comment section below, because we have tried so many different solutions to this right wing problem. We have tried Ojo, who actually sent off a really classy message and actually was really just a bit of class on his way out the door, by the way, so best of luck to him. But we tried him at the right wing, it didn't work. We tried Arfield, it didn't work. We tried Hagi when we tried Joe Aribo. Now, there was odd moments where it would click into gear, and there was those special moments like Aribo's goal versus Hibs, of course, and then Hagi's goal versus Hibs. There was individual moments, but nothing consistently enough to make us as dangerous down the right-hand side as we were down the left. And again, there's going to be loads of people saying that is a must-buy. We need to go out and get a right winger. And agreed, that's probably the easiest solution to this old problem at Rangers Football Club. But me, I'm just going to pitch Son and throw Son into the ring there. I think the solution to the right wing problem is already in the books at Rangers, and it's someone we just spoke about. And that's, of course, Ryan Kent. Now, hear me out before you call me an idiot, ladies and gentlemen, right? Because Ryan Kent is as comfortable on his left foot as he is on his right. The man takes corners with both feet, people. Why is no one mentioning that? That's no normal. Now, I know I've talked about this before on this channel, so any of you long-term viewers will know I think Ryan Kent could do a very good job down the right-hand side. And I think last season we saw in highlights and we saw in certain parts of games exactly why he'll be able to do that. Because he has that pace we've already talked about, and he can bring what is missing from the left over to the right hand side. And we saw that in the game versus Hamilton, where he was just about to get subbed off and we had absolutely nothing got down the right hand side at all. We had tried this, we had tried that, but just before Ryan Kent was substituted, Gerrard told him to go over to the other side. The commentary even said, oh, looks like Ryan Kent is switching sides, and within 5 minutes he had created two clear-cut opportunities that we should have scored, and then went ahead and scored a screamer on his own back, taking the touch from the right hand side, cutting inside and rasping it right into the top bin. And that's why I think Ryan Kent could be the solution down that right hand side, because everything we want down the right hand side, Ryan Kent is. And it's not as if he's never played there in his career. He has played on the right wing, in his career, and it's not a one-off moment for Rangers. He has drifted to the right hand side a couple of times, and if you look back in his goals and highlights, a couple of them are coming from the right hand side, faking using his right, cutting in and using his left. One of the best things about if we were able to shift Ryan Kent over to the right to add that threat, it would open the door now for our 58 left wingers that's at our football club. The likes of Jordan Jones, who had a terrific start to his Rangers career before Ryan Kent actually came in the door, and obviously before that injury versus Celtic. I mean, it was Jordan Jones' fantastic run and assist that got us qualified into the Europa League. That wonderful run and cross versus Legia. He has showed he's got the quality, but it doesn't even need to be Jordan Jones. It could be any number of the other very talented left wingers at our football club. So yeah, moving Ryan Kent over to a position where he's equally comfortable playing not only frees everything up, adds pace down both flanks, but also keeps Hagi away for the right hand side. I don't know, lads, what the reaction is going to be that down in the comment section below, but I look forward to probably being shouted at. Anyway, and speaking of being shouted at, I know there's going to be some people screaming, CJ, talk about centre halves. We need a new centre half. But again, I'm probably going to disappoint you by standing by what I've said now for a very long time. I think that centre half that we needed in the second half of the season is already there at Rangers, and his name is Philippe Helander. And everything that we just sat there and said about Ryan Kent not having a pre-season and arriving not match fit, well, Big Helander was the exact same. In fact, when Gerrard actually was talking about Helander's signing, they said he was like, I'm sure it was like 5 weeks behind the squad in terms of fitness, but before long, Helander was in the first team of Rangers, and that was during our best period of the season, including keeping a clean sheet versus Porto at Ibrox, where he was absolutely outstanding. And that partnership between Connor Goldson and Helander, for me, was the best partnership of the season. And you all know I'm a big Connor Goldson fan, but ironically, when Connor Goldson was at his best, it's when Helander was aside him. But obviously that was cut short as Helander got a very serious injury and didn't play one single minute in the entire dreaded second half of the season. Now, am I sitting here saying that Helander was the second coming and absolutely perfect every single minute he played? No, that's not what I'm saying. But did he show enough during his short time in the first team to suggest that he has got something about him? For me, Absolutely, lads. And it's crazy because everyone always talks about short attention spans and everything needs to be right now. And they're absolutely spot on, especially when it comes to football. Because if you play 5 games and if you're not a world beater, we're ready to move on from you. And that's not just Rangers fans, that's every fan in the world. And they're willing to give someone else a chance to come in and be world beaters. But sometimes it takes people a bit of time. And just a year's progression can be so massive to an individual player's impact at a football club. I mean, a perfect example of that is BB. He looked dead and buried after his first season at the football club. Now he's one of the first players on the team sheet and a vital cog in our entire build-up play. Sometimes it just takes players a wee bit of time. And I think Hollander, who didn't have half as bad a first season as BB did, let's remember that. But I still think that Hollander can follow the path that was set by BB by becoming a mainstay in the first team in his second season. So I didn't give up on the big Swede yet. There's certainly a lot of potential impact he can have for us going forward, and I think that is the centre-back partnership for us next season. Connor Golson and Hollander. But listen, despite everything I've said in today's video, by filling the void at right wing by someone we already have, by filling the potential void at centre half that a lot of people think is by having someone we've already got at the football club, I'm not going to sit here and say we didn't need to sign anyone, because that right there would be absolutely mental. Because if you caught my last video on Wednesday night talking to Stevie from Four Lads Had a Dream, we talked about this transfer window. We said that this transfer window right here was absolutely massive, and despite how crap the second half of the season and how disappointing and soul-wrenching it actually was, now isn't the time to rip it all up, throw it all away and start again. We need to take everything into consideration, the good with the bad of last season. I think when you do that, you can step away and see we have a solid spine of a team. We have a solid foundation from goalkeeper to striker. What we're lacking is a couple of key game changers. So I think going into this transfer window, we're not needing 7, 8, 9 players. Even though that's exciting and it's great to all talk about all these players coming in and it's brilliant, we have our fun, and that, we didn't need that this season. We need to narrow in and get the 3 key game changers that's going to change things in the games that we stopped winning last year and we struggled to win consistently. Now obviously that's easier said than done, but that's where my head is at right now. We didn't need squad players, we didn't need players bought for depth. We have an incredibly talented youth team with some truly fantastic young players in there that can be used as depth. So we didn't need to buy players to fill that role. We've got them homegrown and working their arse off, dying for an opportunity. And I think that direction right there is where the club is going. We saw that with the 6 players that was released and the players I'm still expecting to leave the football club over this summer. Hashtag next video, by the way. But that is where we're going as a football club now. We are shrinking our massive bloated squad down and just keeping the solid base that I think we've got and we showed in last season can work, but sprinkling the couple of players that can be the difference in the games that we're struggling to win. But that's sort of me done and dusted right there. That's what I think we need to do for next season. That's the positions, that's the certain key players I think could be massive for us. Now again, it's not everyone, because I wanted to talk about Joe Rebo, I wanted to talk about Barisic, I wanted to talk about Morelos, but we'd be here all day and I want to leave something in there in the comment section to discuss further with you guys. So just let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. What is your thoughts going into next season? What do we need and what do we need from this upcoming transfer window? It'd be tremendous if you could get involved, lads. And again, if you are new around here and don't mind subscribing, we are closing in on 40,000 subscribers. That's unbelievable, nation. If you could help our channel get there, that'd be greatly appreciated. But until then, until our next video, I've been CJohn92. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and stay inside, lads, and bye.